Every day, millions of us rely on the railway. We expect our train to be there when we need it, to get us to work, home, or to an adventure. And it all hinges on one vital, often invisible document, the timetable. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make that timetable work? Why can't your train just leave a few minutes later or stop at a different station? The answer is that a railway timetable is one of the most complex logistical puzzles in the world. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover why it's so difficult, how it's created, and why it's a delicate balancing act designed to keep you moving safely and reliably. In the early days of rail, there was no master plan. Trains often ran based on the driver's watch and a simple schedule. This was incredibly dangerous. On a foggy morning in August 1861, a signalman's error and a confusion over timing led to two passenger trains colliding in the Clayton Tunnel near Brighton. 23 people lost their lives. Accidents like this were a tragic wake-up call. They proved that to run a safe railway, every single train's movements had to be planned and coordinated with military precision. This need for safety and order gave birth to the modern railway timetable. So what makes creating a timetable so complicated? It comes down to balancing three key things: the physical infrastructure, the different types of trains, and the needs of passengers and businesses. First, the infrastructure. Think of the railway like a road network, but with far stricter rules. You only have a set number of tracks, platforms, and junctions. You can't just overtake whenever you want. A signal system, for example, dictates the minimum safe distance between trains. A platform might be too short for a long intercity train, and a junction is a major bottleneck. When one train crosses a junction, no other train can use that piece of track. Every timetable must respect these thousands of physical limits across the network. Next, you have to manage all the different trains that use this network. It's called mixed traffic. You have fast, non-stop services that want a clear run. You have local commuter services that need to stop at every station. And you have heavy, slow-moving freight trains carrying essential goods. They all have to share the same tracks. A fast train catching up to a slow freight train is a major problem for timetablers. You have to carefully plot each train's path to keep them separated, often routing slower trains onto loops or sidings to let faster ones pass. Finally, it's all about trade-offs. It's impossible to give everyone what they want. Do you want more frequent stopping services for commuters, or a faster hourly service for long-distance travellers? Doing both might not be possible on a busy line. And what about delays? Planners have to build in a buffer called recovery time to help services get back on schedule after a minor issue. But if you had too much buffer time, journeys become much longer for everyone. A timetable that is packed too tightly is efficient, but fragile. One small delay can create a domino effect, causing knock-on disruption across the entire network. Every train that runs across Britain depends upon the National Rail timetable. Twice a year, Network Rail brings together every passenger and freight operator's plans into one coordinated schedule. It's a delicate balancing act: fast intercity expresses, local commuter trains, and slow freight all sharing the same tracks. Every second, every signal matters. The process begins 16 months before a new timetable starts. First, long-term engineering work is locked in: upgrades, renewals, and maintenance that shape what's possible. At 10 months, train companies submit their bids, thousands of paths and timings that must be checked, aligned, and tested to ensure trains can run safely without conflict. By 6 months, a draft timetable emerges. Operators plan rosters, staff, and rolling stock. Final adjustments come at 4 months, fine-tuning around events and engineering. Finally, at 3 months, it's published, and on the day of change, it all goes live. A complex, unseen machine keeps Britain moving, one timetable at a time.